Welcome to this wholesale backup demonstration video. In this video, I'm going to provide you with a quick overview of using a wholesale backup server to monitor and manage your backup clients. In other videos, which you can see on our wholesale backup channel of YouTube, you'll see that I've already created a custom branded client, installed it, I've demonstrated its capabilities for you, and also provided a video of installing a wholesale backup server. So this demonstration here will just be a quick overview of the features of the wholesale backup server itself. Just as a reminder, on our website support.wholesalebackup.com, if you drill down into our documentation area, you'll see that we have getting started guides as well as a server and client guide and FAQs, which provide you with a lot more technical detail than I can show you in this video. And similarly, you can click on support here and open a support ticket with us and chat with us as well. So the wholesale backup server itself, it comprises a service, which you can see here in the top right is currently running and using about 30 megabytes of data. And it also has these tabs. So the settings tab, basically, the server settings tab is the information you provided with your server TCP port and the account your service is running as. And you can change these here after installation time. And up at the top right here, you could see these numbers change as clients are connecting to backup and restore, and the amount of storage, the amount of memory that's being used while that happens. Here it goes. So the local settings tab is key metadata files that are used for the server. These are backed up automatically, these with a red star next to them. And you want to specify a folder, probably not on the same drive or volume that you installed wholesale backup on itself. And you specify the time frame of how often you want these files backed up for you. So a network share is probably a good idea. At installation time, we specified where we wanted new accounts to go to. And then these files, I'll just tell you about them very briefly, but you can read more about them in the wholesale backup manual. But this is the actual account database file and the status of all your backup accounts and their backup history. If you're running in a load balanced or failover environment, you'll be sharing this database file among multiple instances or installations of the wholesale backup server. If you accept credit card file data from your clients at registration time, you'll want to edit this file and do something with that data. When a new account registers, the contact information for the user is written in the CSV file, as well as passwords if this is selected. And this batch file is called if you want to do custom processing when new accounts are registered. We installed a default SSL certificate at installation time, but you'll want to use your own certificate and read the FAQ on our website on how to change this and generate it. You can blacklist and whitelist brands, so as you sign up resellers and perhaps terminate resellers, you can enable or disable them here. And you can check this box to have the server auto-upgrade clients when new releases are available from wholesale backup. Very quickly on the email tab, I've already configured this user interface, the backup server, to use my Gmail account to send emails to our clients from the email address alerts@happybackup.com. And I created a simple text signature file to append to each email. Let's go over to the dashboard tab very quickly. The transfers tab gives you the latest information on transfers to the backup server. So this is the last connection time that uploads were done, and I can show downloads as well. And green means it was a great backup. It completed. There were no errors. It will be clear text if a backup is currently running. So I'm just going over to another machine to launch one. And once that takes off, I'll just do a refresh here. You can see this one just turned white. So there's a backup currently running. It's in the scan phase. Whoops. There we go. And it's currently at the backup step. You can filter what you see here by the status of an account or what brand or grouping you assign to your accounts. And you can have accounts that haven't backed up in a long time to display as blue, just as a quick visual reminder. Basic information about your accounts is here, their contact info, a billing code which you specify, and their status and group, and what version of our software they're running. And you can actually click on an account, send them an email, or jump to the History tab or the Accounts tab specific for that client. On the Storage tab, we can have all the information we need to bill our clients, including their contact info, their organization, a bill code that we generated in install time, but you can replace with the token associated with your billing or accounting system. And this data is showing each account and computer within it, its last backups, and the amount of data that the client selected, the amount they can restore. This is pre-deduplication and compression. The amount that's actually stored in megabytes, which is after deduplication and compression. That's why these numbers are smaller. Whether or not they have a local backup vault, the number of files selected, the number of files that are restorable. So you can basically bill based on selections or storage. And again, you can use the export button to export this data to a CSV file, and you can filter it in a way similar you could to on the Transfers tab if you just, for example, only want to show a particular brand and send them a spreadsheet of their data. The History tab should look familiar to you. This is exactly the same as what the client side sees for each of their backups and restores. So here was a restore of 6 files, their log and bandwidth, and similarly uploads. If there were any errors, these were all clear, but if there were any errors, there would be an error tab here, which would give you the specific error info, or you could do a search with Control F on the log and find the actual errors. We have a Connections tab, which is showing you the clients as they're connecting to your server and whether the traffic was accepted or there were errors or was suspicious. So you can use this to keep track of internet traffic to and from your server. And last but definitely not least, we have the Accounts tab. This is where you actually change properties of accounts. You can say this is no longer a trial, this is now a reseller account, and its data is changed. I can delete an account, I can flush all its data, recover its encryption key if the client allows me to do so. Also, accounts or computers within accounts are listed here. So, for example, this account has 2 computers within it, and I can send emails to the user, delete a computer, or actually restore data from an account if I have their encryption key. And the restore user interface here, I'll just show you, looks exactly the same as it does on the client, with the one exception that you need to specify their encryption key in order to do a restore for them. And you can recover the key if they've allowed you to save passwords, and on the previous tab that you specified you want to capture passwords. Lastly, you can change properties of a client without remoting into their machine. So this is the INI file, and all these fields represent the fields that are in the user interface on the client side, and these are all documented in our manuals. And similarly, the selections that are used within the client are contained here from the selections file. And so you could modify either the selections or INI and save them here, and then the next time the client connects, it would grab the new INI file or new selection file and use it. And if you want to, you can force a manual upgrade of our client software using this button here, and that would stage it for the client to download the next time it connects. So in brief, this was a quick overview of the Wholesale Backup server for Windows. Please visit support.wholesalebackup.com for more detailed technical information, and also our YouTube video channel, Wholesale Backup, where you'll see many other videos giving you an overview of how to install and use our software. Thanks very much.